Hi, welcome to the third tutorial. I'm calling it the third because I called the last one the second. No further explanation for tutorial numbers unless it's warranted. Last time we figured out how to color letters, and we made a nice little definition. We defined 3 different colors, and we were able to paint the word hello in any colors we wanted, as long as those colors were either gray, yellow, or green. And since those are the primary colors that are used in Wordle, we don't really need any other colors. But if we wanted them, I'm sure they're there, and that's something you can figure out on your own. Today, we're going to go back to the word list that we generated, and we're going to figure out how to read that file so that we can pluck all of those words from the word list. Now, I think when we get to the point of actually trying to run and debug our code, I may use a smaller subset list of words, because you will notice if we go and look at our 5-letter word list.txt file, it has words like abrin, absit, abuna, abura, and then there's a real word, abuse. A buzz, that might be a real word. Abwab. So anyway, the point I'm making is that the 5-letter word list is exhaustive and full of lots of words that are not common enough to be known. I don't think of myself as a dictionary as a person, but I was not aware of the word abuna, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So for that reason, we will want to probably use a smaller set of words, at least to get started, and maybe later we'll figure out a way to pare down or to cut down some of these words. But until we do that, we're just going to figure out how to read that file so we can have some list of comprehensive words from which to draw the words for our game. Okay, so here is the program where we left it, and we printed back this hello in green, and I'm just, for fun, I'm going to run that again. So Python Wordle.py, and it prints hello, right? HELLO, green, yellow, gray, green, and we have green, yellow, gray, green. So excellent. I'm going to erase that now as we move on with our code. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is very simple. So this will be hopefully a relatively short tutorial. There's a small amount of nuance to it, and we'll tackle that as it comes. So I have a formula that I use all the time for opening and reading a file as a list of lines, and that formula goes like this. We will have a file name, and that's going to be letter_words_list.txt, and that's the name of right there, the 5-letter words list. So 5-letter words list. Make sure it's words list. It has to be spelled exactly the same, or else Python won't know what we're talking about. That's going to be our file name. Now we want to open it. F equals open fname for reading. The R in quotes there after this comma means we want to open the file for reading. And then we want to read the lines, and that's simply done with lines equals f dot read lines with an S. Open close parentheses. We're done. And now, just for good etiquette, we're going to close the file. F equals I'm sorry. Let me pause here for a second. Okay, pausing over. Yes, after we've opened the file and read our lines, we just want to say f dot close. I just wanted to verify that before I moved on, and that just makes sure that we don't leave something open in the memory. If we were to something opening a million files, we'd be clogging up memory, and our program would slow way down. So it's a good practice to just close the files you open after you get the stuff out of it that you want. Okay, so let's just pause here and make sure that our program runs still the way we expect it to. So no errors, that's a good sign. And then maybe we could just throw in a statement down here that prints the lines. Print lines. So if we run that now, all right. Now what do we see in our lines? We see a lot of words, a lot of stupid words, but also there's a lot of new line characters, right? We probably do not want that new line character to be a part of our actual list of words. So, and furthermore, well, that's about the worst of it, is that we have that new line character. So, we can do something about that. And so what we want to make is a word list. So we'll make a new empty list that we call word list. And we're going to say for line in lines, and then we'll tab inside of our for loop there, words equal w dot strip open close parentheses for w in line dot split on the comma if w not in, and we're going to just say a space character comma space slash in. Okay, so what did we just say here? We're creating a list called words, and the words are going to be line dot split for each line in this list if first we're going to say w dot strip. What does that do? Well, if we look at our lines, we see that there's a comma and a space. So when we split on the comma, this word unwan will have a space in front of it. And so this w dot strip will get rid of all spaces and new line characters, and that's great. So that for each word, it's going to get rid of all the spaces in front of or behind any of the characters. That's the behavior we want. But it's also going to try to take in this, I lost my mouse here. Oh, there we go. It's going to try to also capture this new line character. There's a space and a new line character. And at the very, 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 very end, there's a space and no new line character. And so what we've done is we've said, if W is not a space or a space plus a new line character, then add it to our list of words. So this is just a preemptive way to get rid of the space and new line character from overloading our list of words. Okay? I can show you a way to do it after the fact as well. I think it's a little less elegant. It's nice to take care of stuff like this early on in the front end in some sense, but there are other ways that you could get rid of unwanted words. But this should do it. And now what we've done is we've created a small list from a line called words. We want to take those words and add it to our big word list. And we can accomplish that pretty simply by saying word list plus equals words. And the plus equals, when you apply it to lists, it does a concatenation. So it's just going to take that list and append it, all those words, to the end of our word list, which is a pretty elegant way to do that. All right, so now we'll go down here and we'll just say print word list. And that's our only print statement. So now if we go back in and run our Wordle, now we have a word list, and Zyman is the last word. There's no spaces in it, which is good. There's yurta, zabra, whatever. Use, whipped, waltz. Waltz is a real word. But all of these words, voice is a word, vogue, vodka. They're all great words. There's no spaces in them. That's the behavior we want, and I'm not seeing any spaces. I'm not seeing any new line characters, which is good. All right. So we have accomplished our goal for this tutorial. We have taken the word list we created earlier and sucked out all the words we wanted, ignored all the words we didn't want. And so in our next tutorial, I'll show you the post-processing way that you can get rid of unwanted words that might show up in your word list. And we will start moving towards creating the logic that's necessary to actually have the Wordle game. So, thank you for watching, and please stick around for the next one.